Hey, it's Make It Monday. Thanks for joining me tonight. So excited to share some projects for you with you from the Strawberry Suite. I will give everybody some time to jump on here to make sure we're connected. And I just see something here. Okay. Let's see if this is working. It's been a crazy busy day today. Of course, Mondays always are for me, as you know. There we go. And I will see if there's sound. Yep, we got sound. Okay. And Michelle, hey Michelle. I'm glad you're on. I'm going to show the, oh no, I'm not showing the projects tonight. I'm actually recording the projects for a monthly class that you got already. And I got one of the videos done before this one, and I just have to finish compiling them, and then I will get those posted for you guys who didn't attend class. Hi, Laura. Good to have you. All right. So, got all kinds of stuff up on my screen here for some reason. All right. Okay, I'll just give it a few minutes for everybody to get on while I get all my goodies together here. Hey, Debbie. Good to have you. Before I forget to announce, I did draw a winner from the comments last time, and I will go ahead and announce that. The winner was Donna Diller. And so she will get the, I'm trying to think what it was. Oh, I think it was some opal rounds, I believe it was. Yes. Now tonight, you'll want to be sure and comment, share this with a friend. The winner tonight will get all, I'm going to show 5 projects. I'm going to try to be really fast. If you have to pop out, I understand. I feel like I got something on my glasses. Sorry. Can't see what I'm doing. All right. So what I'm going to show you tonight is what I am offering for a class this month with the Strawberry Suite, the Strawberry Bundle. It's a stamp set. I'll show you in a second. Stamp set and a punch. I just love it. I hope that the camera can show you how beautiful it is if you haven't played with it yet, because it is just it's just stunning, the detail they got in the strawberry and the leaves and everything. So but anyways, it's a class that I'm offering, and that email's coming out tomorrow morning with all of the details, which I will try to just pop over a little bit. So if anybody is interested in that, they will be able to take advantage of that this month. So I wanted to get this in while celebration was still going on, because there's an extension to this that I'm going to be offering that is that involves a celebration bundle that you can get. So there's an additional class with that one as well. So I will try to explain all that because it's a little complicated. But let me show you the projects first, and then I can explain that to you. So I'm going to go ahead. Let's see. I have 2 after, so I think we'll go ahead and get started since I have a lot to show you. Let me flip over to the other screen. Hey, Sylvia, welcome. And I guess, give me a second. I got to get back to the right spot here. Okay. Which screen am I using? This one. Okay. So this is the bundle that I was talking about that I'm going to show the projects. This is the stamp set and the punch that goes with it. Let me see if I can get a good light there. I mean, that's a lot of punching going on, okay? That's 4 different things that you can punch from this. It is amazing. It's a fabulous punch. I cannot just say enough about it. I just love, yes, awesome deals with the strawberry stuff. So these are the cards that I'm going to show you. Let me just show you really quick. These are the ones that are in the kit for free whenever folks purchase this bundle. And I want to tell you, those of you that are on here, some of you are demonstrators, And please know that I offer any of this stuff to you guys to copy. Like, if you like this class idea, take it and copy it for your customers, okay, your friends. So this is the first one. This is the second one. This is the third one. This is the fourth one. And this is the fifth one, okay? So those are when folks purchase this bundle, it's $50 for the bundle, a set of, yeah, they're here somewhere. Goodness. Oh, a set of Artistry Bloom sequins. I only have a couple left, so I don't have even a whole set in here. And a roll of cording, because we're using that on pretty much all of the projects, okay? So that's what comes in that bundle of stuff, plus the 5 projects. All right, so let me go ahead and show you right away, because I'm going to be using the stamps. I want to show you how to set this up so that you can stamp everything and punch everything at one time. This will make your life so much easier. Maybe you saw it somewhere else already. Maybe you know how to do it. But if you take a piece of paper, well, let's open the punch first. Let's get some basic punch techniques down. Punch out a piece of paper. And I'm not going to use those pieces. I'm going to use this piece right here. Okay? What I'm going to do next is I'm going to take my stamps and I'm going to fill in where they go. So I'm just going to lay this down here. I'm going to try to make sure they're lined up in there nicely. Line this one up. You want to try to make sure they're not right at the edge. I might have to stick my head in the camera a second. I might not get it perfect. I took them off. I had it set up and I took them off so I could show you how to do this. And of course, then doing things on camera is always fun. That is not actually, no, let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and do the as you can see, there are fill-in stamps and then there are line stamps. And of course, I started putting the fill-in stamps on here, which is not what I meant to do, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and do that one first. This paper's moving on me. Let me scoot this in here so that I can stop that from moving. All right, let's see if we can line this little guy up on here. So, can you guys let me know if you have seen this before or if this is new? Just helpful to know if it's going to be helpful to you guys or not, or if I'm just repeating what you guys already know to do. Okay, so I've got everything lined up. Now all I have to do is take my clear block, which I have in here, and just lay it right down on that. Okay. Now oops, I missed one. Shoot. They do need washed. They're pretty, they've been used pretty hard. Let's see if I can get this back on here. It's sticking to my table instead of the block. So now I have everything lined up. So I could go ahead and stamp these and then I can just bring in my punch and punch them. All right, now, since I screwed that up and I don't want those because these are different colors. So just think about that. The solid ones are different colors. So those you most likely are not going to do that with. So hopefully I can do this really quickly again and do it the right way. So I want just the lined up ones because most of them I'm going to stamp in black probably. I think most of the cards, let me look here once. Yeah, I think most of the cards, I stamped everything in black. It made it really easy. And I think it still looks really cool to do that. All right. I tell you what, when you have big fingers like mine, it is not easy to do this away from the away from your body so far that you can't see. Okay. And one more, this little guy. Now, I will tell you that we have this bigger flower. You see there's 2 sizes here. And that flower fits our little flower punch from last celebration. So that's very cool. Okay. now. I think I have it lined up, and I think we are ready to go. Let me press down good and make sure I get them all. Okay, now I don't need this template anymore. However, whoops, I bent it. If you want to and you don't want to recreate one each time, you can just tuck it inside of your case. That way you have it. When I do my Stamparatus things, I just stick them back in here so that I have them. All right, I'm going to set that aside. Let's go ahead. I'm going to start with this card. Get everything else out of the way. So this one's pretty simple, but I think it's stunning. I wanted to use the ornate design. I think they're so beautiful, and I don't think we see them very much. So I wanted to use that. And let me just pull out my packet of supplies here. Everything's already packed and ready to go. So there's the envelopes. So here's the first card. And basically what you're going to do, I did stamp this big one for you because you may not have that punch. So I did stamp that one and punch it for you. And of course I cut out the ornate piece and I have the ribbon in here. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and stamp some of these flowers on here. Now I don't need the whole thing, but I do have it on here, so I'm going to go ahead and I need 3 of these little flowers. So I'm just going to ink up this side because I don't want to waste a ton of paper. So we just need 3 of those. You do want to think about where you're placing it if you're just cutting one thing or punching one thing. And that's why I do like to do all of them usually at one time, because then everything fits right in here. That was pretty close there. So I'm just going to snip this off here so we can just slide it right into the punch. And you start at the end that's not going to damage the other flowers. This makes a mess, and I'm just going to let it fly everywhere because I don't feel like taking the time to. So you'll see a little bit of a mess. We'll scoot it out of the way. Okay, and I am using Highland Heather as my my filling color. So let me grab that stamp. And because it's photopolymer, it's fairly easy to line up. So I'm not using anything special, Stamparatus or anything else. And we're just going to fill those in. Once you stamp that black first, it's fairly easy to line this up. However, I just totally screwed that up. I think there's not a special way to stamp these. You can pretty much do any petal. So that one's a little bit messed up, but I think I can hide that behind here. Okay, so that's finished. Let's just do the saying really quick, and I'm using the saying from the set, the thank you here, and that's just in the black ink. And when I die cut my little pieces, I don't always punch everything out. I try to make sure that everything is going to punch out okay, but I figure that people will like the fact that it's punched out, so, or die cut, I should say, so that you can punch a couple of those things out. So you will want to do that. Just take your pick tool or your pokey tool and just get rid of those extra little pieces in there. I did use the die brush on these just to get as much out as I could. And because it is easier to do that, to get most of it. And these are so curly that you do have a lot, I have a lot of trouble with getting a hold of them sometimes because everything's so curly. Okay, let's go ahead. I'm probably just going to layer it together just so that you can see how it goes. So let me just tie my bow really quick. And I will put these together off camera for whoever's going to win these tonight. Hey, you guys, good to see you. I see some more people joining us. Okay, so My white piece goes here. This is a really naked card for me. You guys know that, right? Because there's usually stamping or embossing in the background. However, I think that these colors are just so gorgeous, and I wanted it to be an elegant card. So I didn't want to add a lot of extra stuff. Oh, you know what? I forgot to stamp my leaves. I knew I had more paper there for some reason. Okay, so these are going to get popped up. This one here is going to get popped up with a dimensional. And can you believe I have no baby dimensionals in here? So we're going to cut a little piece. Actually, these tiny little pieces work great for that anyways. And I'm going to do one more, because that's the messed up one, and I want him to go underneath the big one. Making a mess, guys. Who else makes a mess when they're stamping? I know, I love this ribbon too. It is so beautiful. Okay, let me just, I might have to put this together just to give you some tips on stuff. Okay, so let me just stick that on there. Is that crooked? I feel like it's crooked. Oh, it's not stuck. There we go. Okay, so hold on one second. Let's do the leaves. Let me bring this paper back in here. These leaves are so cool. So all I did was I stamped the cap on. I just have to look at my punch to see where that's gonna be so that I can stamp that on. And I do want my scrap paper. I don't want to stamp on my, actually my count, this is just a board covered with paper, so I don't want to stamp on that. So I just need, I think, 2 of these. So just stamp 2 of those. And then we'll just come in here and punch those out. So we're going to take this strawberry cap and we are going to make it into the leaves that we need for the back of this flower, which I think is just such a cool idea. And I didn't come up with the idea. Somebody else did. Okay, so I do need my green ink. And let me just wash this quick so I can take that off. And we will put our cap in there if I can find it. These stamps are so tiny. Okay, so same as with the flower, you're just going to line it up. Make sure it's good and inky. Don't mind my head if I'm in the camera. And again. Okay, there we go. Now all I did was snip those apart, and if you look at the sample, let me move this again. I'm trying to keep my area small so that you can see more, but I tend to feel like I'm crowding myself in, so I have to learn to work in this teeny tiny space. I think because I'm putting too much stuff around me. So what I want 2 together here, 2 here, and 2 here. Actually, I probably wanted another one, but I think you'll get the gist. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these 2 apart, and I'll just cut the stem off. I don't need that. And then I will cut these 2 apart, and then these 2 I will cut out to use separately. And I will have to trim them just a little bit because I want them to look like they're rounded. So you might have to trim those 2 just a little so that they look like they're supposed to be separate. Okay? Can everybody see okay? Am I staying in the light enough? I think that because I'm working too close to the camera, I need to stay down here a little bit more. Okay, so what I did then was I just added a touch of glue, and a really cool way to do this. I tell you what, I love my take your pick tool for this, because I can pick that up, I can put my glue, a dot of glue on there. I will take this back piece off. This is the wrong card, and just tack this in place and press it off like that. Okay, so it makes it so much easier to put tiny things in place because, as I said, I have really big hands, and they tend to get, my fingers tend to get in the way. So just like that. Okay. All right. So the colors, thank you for asking. This is, oh, congratulations, Donna. You missed the announcement, but you won the door prize from last time. This is soft seafoam. The purple that I'm using is Highland Heather, and the green that I'm using is Old Olive. So yes, I do love those colors together. And of course, this ribbon is Highland Heather as well. So they just look beautiful together. Okay, so the next thing that I would do, and like I said, I'm not going to completely finish it, but this one gets popped up, this big one, and he's already done because he goes with this flower punch. I think it's called the Simple Flower. Boy, I just cannot, there we go. Now you can see it. So that's the big flower that goes with that punch. So that's already done in the packet so that you don't have to worry about trying to cut that out by hand in case you don't have that punch. All right, so I'm going to put these pieces back in here. I will put this together after we're finished with all the projects, and then somebody will get this whole pack of completed cards, okay, Tulare, you lost sound again. Actually, you guys tell me, if you won this, would you rather put it together yourself, or would you rather I put it together for you? You tell me. Let me hear your thoughts on that. Okay. I'm going to leave my black and green open because we're going to need that for the next card. So that's one. Make sure I have all the pieces there. All right, the next one, let's see what's layered here, what this one is. Oh, this one's fun. So this is this card. I love this card. I love the alphabet and how that looks on there. Okay, so this is using some of the designer paper from the Celebration bundle, okay? And so, yeah, that's a really cool set that I will talk about then, hopefully at the end. You like me putting them together, okay? Anybody else? Anybody else have a different opinion on that? Okay. All right, so let's start on this one. We have a couple things going on here. First, we're going to stamp the background with two. We're going to stamp this twice, this little background of leaves and flowers. And then we're going to actually add a little color with our blending brush. Yeah, there are a lot of pieces. That's a good idea. Okay. I wanted to ask because I had somebody tell me once, like, she wanted to get the cards from class, but she was like, do not put them together because I want to be able to say I put them together. So I really wouldn't care myself, and so I guess I wanted to make sure it wasn't, you know, a typical thing, a preference of people. So, okay, I'm good with that. I would rather make sure that all of the pieces aren't lost. Okay. All right, so let me put this, well, we're going to stamp this first. Let's go ahead and get that done. We're going to stamp that in black, and that's this piece right here. And let me just grab I should have grabbed a couple extra blocks. Here's one, since we're using so many different pieces. All right, I want my flowers up this direction. These this block here is one of our paper pumpkin blocks, I believe, or one of the kit blocks, and so you just have to be careful you don't get your fingers in everything. Now, where I just want to show you here where all of this is going to go together, our flowers are probably going to overlap a little bit, but because I want to make sure that I don't completely mess up anything up here, I'm going to go ahead and stick this here so that if I do overlap, I don't mess anything up above it, because I don't need this whole thing. You can see here where it overlaps a little bit. Okay. Now, this one does not have it does not have solid images to color that in. So with this one, you could watercolor it. I chose to use watercolor pencils, and I'm just going to quickly do one or two. Now, typically, your strawberry blossom is going to be white, and so, but I think for this card to look nice, it really needs to be a different color because you're on white. So you can color them with pencils, and then you can come in with your blender pen and just blend that color in really quickly, and you have a really pretty colored image. And I just left the centers completely white. Okay, let me go ahead and do these. I would prefer to only have to put them together for the most part once. Oh, I forgot to leave the center of that white. Oh well. And then I used the old olive from this. I'm using the watercolor pencils first kit. And then there's also a second one, but this yellow and this green are in this set. And actually, I'm going to just show you. I think I showed this when I showed the watercolor pencils before, that if you just throw in some color down the center, you don't have to sit there and color them in, because you can come back with this and just spread that color out, and then you're finished. So that makes it really easy to do. A lot quicker than completely coloring it in and then coming back and coloring over it. I probably could have just a little more color on there, but I think that it's going to look pretty cool. I watched a watercolorist today. I think she's a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. She's very talented. And, you know, I watched her color, and I tell people when they watercolor to slop it on. And I'm telling you, I was not wrong. That is exactly what she did. I just wiped this off on scrap paper so that I can come back in here and do my yellow. That is exactly what she did, but she knew how to slop it on in the right places, let me just say. She did a fantastic job. I wish I knew what her name was, because I would love to tell you about it. She is so cool. I subscribed to her, so I guess I'll be able to find that somewhere. Okay, we now have some other pieces here. So this is going to go across here. This other little piece will go across here. We need to stamp our saying, so let's go ahead and do that. I have happy birthday, you sweet thing. Isn't that cute? That sounds real southern, doesn't it? Let me just find it here. And I'm going to stamp that in black, and then I'm going to show you something cool. Let's see if I can fit that all on here. Okay. Now I want to separate it because I want the sweet thing to be red. So I'm going to go ahead and we're just going to cut this out. It's a bit of fussy cutting, and I really screwed that up right there. Do not fussy cut on camera. I should say do not rush your fussy cutting on camera, right? And I just really tried to go, I didn't try to cut it really close. I just tried to sort of go with the flow and make it, and round it where it goes around. So, do you see what I mean? It's just not that hard, guys. I hear people say that they hate cutting. Now, if you were at my class and you're doing the projects this month, there is a bit of fussy cutting to do, right? Let's see who all was on at class. Laura, you were here. Talara. So you know that we did definitely do some fussy cutting, but the more we do it, the better we get at it, right? And we can't always have a die for everything, although we think they should, right? Except we can't afford to buy dies for everything. Okay, so there's that part. Now I still want this piece, but I do want to, I'm just going to put it on my scrap paper here. I brought a blend. I brought Poppy Parade Light, and I'm just going to go over this and color that. I stamped it in Memento, so it should be fine. And then I'm going to just snip that out. I just want this straight. I'm not going to try to shape that. And then I will snip this out. But isn't that cool how you can take a saying that's one shape, and this way it just looks so cool when it's cut out like that. And I missed a spot here, so let me just bring this back in here. I missed the edge. Okay, so now we have those two pieces. We still have a couple pieces yet. I have the letters all cut out right here in the bag. We need 2 strawberries and 2 caps. So we're going to use our stamp that we made. Let me get the scrap paper off of it. All right, let's go ahead and get that inked. Now, let me just remind you. Thanks, Debbie. Okay, so what I always do when I go to stamp it, I always look to see what's at the bottom. So what's going to slide down in is where I want to stamp at the bottom. So let me ink that good. Sorry for the shaking. And I meant to bring a mat in here, and I didn't. And I hope that I don't run into trouble there. Okay, so let's go ahead and stamp everything before we punch that out, because it's going to be a whole lot easier. I think I'm finished with this one, so let's wash that one. Okay, we're going to use all of these cards. I tried to keep them the same color so that if you wanted to like do them on your own, you could do that easily with, I think, 4 or 5 different inks. I do need one more strawberry. Isn't that so cool? Look at the shading on that. Is that not perfect? Like, it looks like a strawberry you could eat. All right, so let's do the caps right away. I have that stamp out here already. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and punch this and try not to drop everything in the ink. Look how cool that is, guys. Let me just move it up a little bit. Okay, so here's 2 extra pieces we'll have for something else. There we have 1 strawberry and 1 cap. That doesn't look like I got that centered very good. I need more paper. Let me steal this. This will get me a strawberry at least, right? I forgot I needed 2 strawberries for this one. Okay, and a cap. I think I can get a strawberry and a cap on here if I go to the side. There we go. Okay, so let's punch these guys out. I should have stamped them first, but just get them lined up in there. You do have 4 things to line up, which either makes it easier or makes it harder. Okay, look at this mess. Who stamps like this? Jeesh. Okay. Get this little strawberry guy on here. And then get our cap stamped. Okay, now we're ready to put this one together. I think we have everything completed. Let me just close these pads so that I don't make a huge mess. Okay, and I'm going to clean this because you know how the pink is, or the reds, they always stain really bad. And so I want to keep that as clean as possible. All right, let me get rid of the extra pieces here. Okay, so this one is going to go together fairly easily. I do have some cording around here, so I need to put that on, and I want to put that on before, oh, I cut my paper wrong. Okay, that's all right. I will show you how to do that. Let me just get this one more lid on here and find the cording. Where did I put my linen thread? Oh, you know what? I almost forgot. almost forgot one step, guys. Did you notice? I need to do this. Once again, pull your scrap paper out for sure. You always want to start on your scrap paper because you got to get that first little blot off. You see how round that is? You definitely want to get rid of that. I want this to really be blended quietly. So I'm going to start here where it's not going to show as well, and I'm going to just bring it out. I'm going to just bring it out. Definitely start where you want the color the darkest. Hopefully you can see that on camera. Again, I'm starting where it's not going to show and coming down to where it will show. Okay, you see how quietly that came out there? I don't think I could sponge that as nicely as these blending brushes do. Really love how they work. Okay, we're ready to put this together. I want to put this green piece down first. I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue my cord. I still haven't found it. I had it out here to show you guys what was in the kit. And then where did oh, here it is. Everything's laid together there. Uh-oh, that has a bad spot in it, so I'm going to cut that off. All right, and I want this to tie on the left side, so I'm going to go ahead and stick that on there. Let's go ahead and add one more row of adhesive. I definitely want this to be sticking at the ends because I don't want that cord to pull up. Okay, so that'll stick on there like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and put my red strip on. Let's go ahead and add adhesive to that. I'm going to turn this. Oh, there we go. Oh my goodness, I am so sorry. I was working on earlier, and I had to. I turned them down, although I just turned them on, so it shouldn't have been different. But before I had too much light, and now I kept thinking I don't have enough light. Can you guys see now? Okay. So this tape, I couldn't get it right in the center, so I do need to just make sure it's folded down. And I'm going to put that below where my cord's going to come around there. Okay, and then I'm just going to bring this over and give it a little tie here. Looks like I should have, hopefully I have enough to tie a bow. If not, it'll be a knot, right? You go with the flow. Okay. I think I can get a bow out of it. Whew, barely. All right, and now we're ready to layer the other pieces. So we'll get some dimensionals out here again. I think you're going to need a lot of dimensionals for this card, guys. I don't have a full sheet here, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to run out. I'm going to put, I'm not going to put a dimensional on the cap because I'll show you what I do with those. So this one's going to lay down something like this. This one's going to come over here like that. And then what I did with my caps is I just put a little bit of green glue on the bottom where it's going to be on top of the strawberry, and then you can just sit that right on there. I didn't do a great job of punching that one, guys. Sorry about that. Sorry to whoever's going to be getting these cards. This one's much better. I think this was the second one I did. Okay, and what else do we have? We have the happy birthday. And I think I'm going to try to put a tiny piece of dimensional on the end here. Let me just cut off this little piece here. You just cut the shape that you need, guys, if you want to dimensional something that's tiny. But because I'm going to be gluing the rest of it to the strawberry, I don't need that dimensional. but this one's going to be sticking out here, so I definitely want it to be up a little bit. Whoops. If it stops sticking to my finger, we'll be good. There we go. And then again, check out these edges you have here. Okay, I think I've used, no, I haven't used these. This makes a perfect, perfect little piece here to put along a nice strip of a saying like that. So you just snip that off. You don't waste anything in these dimensionals, guys. Oops, I got too much. Oh well, I'll have a piece for something else. That's okay. Okay. So I'll tell you that the deacons, our deacons come around and visit every year just to see if we have any questions, see if we're still in the faith and willing to work with the church and that type of thing. It's really nice that they do that. And they wanted to come tonight, and they have such a hard job trying to get that all done with everything else that they have to do with their jobs and everything. So I tried to make it work, and I was like, it should be fine. Well, then I remembered that I have a live tonight. So, and I wanted to come late because Tosh was up at my mom's helping her today, and I didn't want her to have to rush home. So I told him not to come till 7:30. Well, I told him they could come a little bit before. Fortunately, they came at 7:10, and I did tell them that I needed to be on a live at 8 o'clock. So they were pretty funny. They were like, oh, there you go. You got 5 minutes to go, 5 minutes to spare. Okay, I'm going to start out by putting my E down first, and then I'm going to just build out from there. I actually put our adhesive sheet on the back before I cut these so that they're already adhesed. All I have to do is not drop them on my table and just stick them down. Makes life easy. Okay. Yes, strawberries. I can't wait to eat them. I've been eating them, but just not the good garden kind. They did have some really good ones though over Valentine's here, so that was nice. Not sure what they do to get them to be so good. Oh, okay, Debbie, that's fine. Hi, Hunter. You need your headphones. Sometimes Joel and I have to do that. We're like, he's trying to watch something and I'm trying to watch something, so one of us will put our headphones on. Having trouble with this one for some reason. I think I got it too close to the edge, and it's okay. There we go. Last but not least, isn't that cool though? I love this card. Okay. All right. Oops, that's not quite in position. Is that S upside down? I have the worst time with that. No, I think it was right. Okay, there we go. All done. Who wants this card? Does anybody want in the drawing? Oh, I got ink on there. Okay, that one's finished. Yay. On to the next one. Let's see, how are we doing for time? I better hurry, huh? Okay, I will try to make it quicker. I'll try to be faster, but I'm so messy. I'm so messy. All right, we're going to do this one next. I love this one as well. Just this reds and greens together. I think they're so beautiful. Now this one I ran through with the paint, the textured paint embossing folder. And I'm going to show you really quickly how I spattered. Actually, I'm not going to show you how I spattered that because, oh yes I am. I couldn't find my my watercolor brush because it was in the other project that I was doing video on. All right, so I don't have my refill here, so we'll try to get plenty of ink in here. And we definitely want to cover a lot of space here so that we don't make a huge mess, hopefully. And I'm going to, let's see, choose which side I want to use. And I have the larger brush, not the biggest wide brush, but the largest of the pointy brushes. And I'm going to just come in here and I'm going to put some water down. So I want it to be really wet, and then I'm just going to tap with my scissors. Something heavy, something firm. Uh-oh, I just got it on my other card. But that's okay. Can you see that? Isn't that cool? All right, so that's done. I just need to clean that out. And of course, here's a wipe from my baby wipe technique. I don't want to leave that color in. That I don't like to leave the water in here because, you know, we have trouble with red ink. Red ink tends to, red ink, red paint, anything with a red tint tends to want to mold. And so I try to make sure that I keep this cleaned out if I have used this lid for ink and added water to it. And now I'm adding color to it with my thing. Okay. So I do try to keep that cleaned out to try to prevent that. It doesn't always work. Sometimes you will have a bad pad, and I don't know what causes one to do it and the other not. So I don't know how to prevent that. But okay, so next we need to stamp some more strawberries and leaves. And I'm going to spare the putting together part for you because I know we're going to get too late. So let me just get the strawberries stamped here. We need, let's look at this. We need 3 strawberries, 3 caps, and 3 leaves, okay? So we're going to do all 3 of those. The only thing we don't need is the flower. So I'm going to go ahead and start off the edge here and turn. I tried to figure out how much paper you'll need to do this project. So like in that first one, I think I didn't have quite enough scrap paper in there, but this one should be okay. All right, and then we're going to stamp the strawberry in the red. You know, I usually just throw these cards together when I'm on camera. But I have to be more careful because I'm giving them to somebody, so I can't mess them up for you. So don't mind me if I'm taking a little longer. Yeah, good thing you're a preschool teacher for sure. Okay, we need some green. Let's get our cap stamped. Three of them. Oops. Gotta get the right direction here. One more. Okay, and then we need our leaf, and I don't think we used him yet, so let me get him out of here. And I have one more block here. All right, so somebody make small talk while I'm doing this. You know, I typically don't take this long but you know what? If I'm watching somebody on a video, I will sit there forever and go like, why am I doing this? I know how to do what they're doing, but I just love watching somebody else do all the work. So hopefully you feel the same way. It's more fun if you can watch somebody else do it. Okay, let's see if I can line these up. I'm going to actually hold them towards me so I can see. I don't have them lined up perfectly on here. I will tell you. I didn't do a very good job under the lights doing that, but it's not terrible. It's just not as perfect as I would prefer. I'm shooting them at me so that hopefully I don't get them in the ink. Now I should have done this first, and then we'd have had all these little flowers that we needed, right? Because we don't need them for this one. Okay, now we got pieces everywhere. get the pieces that we need. There we go. All right, and let's see if there's a saying. There's a saying yet, and I have a strip for that. And sorry, I have to move this white paper because I can't see with that there. I like, when I'm stamping on white, I like to be on another color. I know at class I try to give you another color, or you can use your mat to stamp on so that you're not blind as to where it's going to go. And this one, I just want a small one, so the thank you fits on this again. So we'll use that one again. There's just a couple of sayings in this set. It's not complete, but they do have enough nice sayings that you could use the set as a standalone. Okay, so, all right, so this one's ready to go together, and like I said, I'm not going to completely put it together for you. You're going to wrap the cord around this piece here that we stamped, and it should be dry. You're going to wrap your cord around that twice and tie it. I might do that for you just in case you struggle with how to do that. And here I say I'm going to do that on camera. How dumb is that, right? So I usually decide where my bow is going to be, and then I start it there and make sure I have enough on the end to actually tie that bow. And then I wrap, I go around, and then I go around again, and I'll come back up here, and I'll bring it back to where I started, and then I'll make sure I have, uh-oh, I lost a light already. Okay, let me turn this light on. That means I'm talking too long. Okay. Then I'll go ahead and trim that. This is the trick I sort of wanted to show you. Let's see if I can get it on camera well enough. So what I try to do is when you cross it to tie it, okay, look where it's going to go, and I'm going to bring this one underneath, and I'm just going to tie a knot, and I want that to hold both of those layers together, which it's not doing, okay? Don't mind what I just told you to do. Don't do what I do. Don't do what I do what I say. Let me try it again. Okay, so it's a little twisted here. Let me get it straight. Okay, so now it's coming down here. And sometimes if you spread this apart at the end, you can sort of see what it's doing. All right, so I'm going to hold these together. Going to bring this across and around so that I'm around that whole thing. All right, you see how that's wrapped up. Now I can make my bow and go ahead and wrap around that. Okay, and if it doesn't get tight enough, here's what I did. This is exactly what I did with my card. I just went like this, spread it apart a little bit, and it just tightens everything right up. Okay, how cool is that? All right, so then that's just ready to go on your card base. Let me just put this together so I can have these everything together. So this will go here, and I just tucked the little red strip. Don't you love this red gingham ribbon, this red gingham paper? It's just such a cute little accent for this card. Okay, so I just tucked that under the edge of that. I did not add dimensionals. However, you could definitely put dimensionals on here, especially with this cord here. And then all of my little flat strawberries, this one's flat, this one's flat. These two are popped up. So some flat, some popped up. It gives you a nice little bunch of strawberries. Okay. So that one I will put back, and I will put that one together for you. Okay, two more. Hopefully I can do these quickly. This one, we need another strawberry here, but you've seen me do that, so I'm going to skip that part. For this one, I just took the white background. Let me grab the paper here that goes with that. So this is what the packet looks like. And so this background piece gets stamped with all of the little green, the stem, that one that we used for the other card. Let me find it here. Oh, I laid it up here. So this just gets stamped all over the background with black ink. Let me bring my scrap paper back in here. And we can do that pretty quickly. I'm not going to take the time to color those. And you can pretty much stamp them wherever you want. I know this makes it a little shaky, but okay. Laura, you're funny, mesmerizing. You're probably falling asleep on me. Okay, so there I've created a background. Good to go. And then you're just going to color that in with the pencils or watercolor if you'd like. This little piece here, I cut that out with the Ornate Garden dies. Love those dies. And then I stamped the buffalo check on it. And I did go ahead and stamp that in case you don't have the stamp already, okay? Because it's not in the bundle that's in the kit. So that just goes right along the edge. And this layers on a piece of Poppy Parade for the cuteness around the edge. And then I just stamped the saying in basic in the Memento black, and I did the happy birthday. Let's see, did I put him back in here, or do I still have him on? Oh my, starting to lose things, guys. It's getting bad around here. Okay, up there he is. He was sticking to my paper. I'm just going to throw that on here. Go ahead and stamp that so we have that done. There we go. There's our saying. And then this, I did add, I forgot to put the sequins on. I did add sequins to this because that bling is the thing, right? And that's basically it. So you'll do your little tag end there, which I have that punch here somewhere, but I'm not seeing it right this second. So y'all know how to do a tag. However, I can show you in case you don't have the punch. If you just take the center and cut down the center, and then take it from each edge and cut to where you did the center, it will help you get a nice tag every time. Okay, almost perfect. All right, so that goes together with this. And I will stamp the strawberry as soon as I get off camera so that I can put these cards together for whoever is winning that. Let me lay that here so I don't forget that. Okay, last but not least, and I do think that I cannot finish this one because I did forget one color, guys. This paper is Bermuda Bay. I saw this idea online. I love the colors in it. And I decided, why do I have designer paper there? I have a piece of designer paper in this for some reason, but it's not supposed to be there. But anyways, so I did stamp in Bermuda Bay on Bermuda Bay. So I forgot to bring that with me, so I won't do that. But here the strawberries, you can see I did stamp the inside, but I did stamp it on colored paper. So I used not mango. Oh my goodness, it's a color, not magenta. What is this, guys? My goodness, why can't I remember this? It's a color we've had forever. But anyways, it's our nice pink. And then I used Granny Apple Green. Okay. Yeah, I like the tone on tone too, Debbie. It's a very muted look. And you could also use Versamark. It will be a little more muted if you used Versamark for that. So I tried it both ways, I think, on another piece, and I liked it, the ink on it better than using the Versamark. But anyways, so here you're going to stamp on your colored papers to get these looks, and I just think the colors are stunning in this card. So Bermuda Bay, whatever this pink is, oh my goodness, sometimes you just want to, and Granny Apple Green. Melon Mambo, my goodness, took long enough for that, right? Yeah, it does look more red on camera, but it is pink. It's Melon Mambo. So okay, and then you can see again I cut the thank you out. How cool is that? Doesn't that look so much better than having a big piece of paper there? I don't know. I just think it looks adorable. And then I used vellum for this background piece. I cut it with our stitch circle dies, and just for a little bit of accent behind there to break up the blues to the pinks and greens. So yeah, I hope you like that. And then these blue sequins really look okay with this because it's pulling in the blues from the green, from the greenish blue paper. I guess depending on who you ask, this paper would be blue or green. Yeah, it's a very good combination of blue and green. So Bermuda Bay is, but okay. So that is it. I think I'm going to stop there and I will finish these off camera. I want to make sure that I tell you about how you can get this class in the mail. So that you can do all of these projects yourself. And as you're commenting, of course, you can win. You won't win the stamp set and pad, but you will win the projects, okay? So, so what I'm doing is, I told you in the beginning, you get the stamp set, and you get the punch, and you get the 5 cards, and you get a pack of the sequins, and a roll of the thread, which is somewhere here. There's a piece of it. You get a roll of the cording because you're going to use a lot of that. And I think I'm going to throw in a sheet of dimensionals because you're going to need a lot of dimensionals for that. It is $50. So you will also, that's a pickup. Now it will cost if I need to mail that to you. And so we would have to add that. So when you get the email tomorrow morning and you read through it, you will see a $50 option for option 1. You will see a 1A to add the postage for it. Now, I have another option. Let me just turn you back to camera. So I have my second option is the confusing one, but I wanted to make sure that you could have the chance to earn a celebration set that coordinates with this. And that is, do I have it here? Here it is. That is the Berry Blessings stamp and the designer paper. Of course, we used a lot of the designer paper in the projects that you just saw. However, when you do that second option, oh my goodness, what did I do with it? Oh, here they are. You will get an additional 5 projects. So the second option is to add $50 of product of your choice, whatever you want, because everything that we're using is either in the first bundle or the second bundle. Okay, so $50 of whatever you want to use to do. Maybe you need that buffalo check stamp set. Maybe you need some of the other things that we use, like that the little flower punch and that type of thing. You may want to get those with your $50. So then you could earn the stamp set and the paper that is the $100 purchase for celebration. Now, your first order didn't come quite to 50. It was 50 because of all of the projects and supplies that I added. However, I am willing to give you this bundle for the $100, or if you only want to do the other option, we can bump that up, just like if you want to buy a pack of pearls or something like that to get to the $50, you're welcome to do that if you do not want to pop up to the $100 level. Okay, I'm going to do whatever it takes to make sure that you get that extra bundle. Okay, that's my, so don't be afraid. Whatever you sign up for, we will make sure you get what you want. I will talk to you after the registration, before I put the orders in. Okay, so let me just go back to camera really quickly because I'm going to show you the other projects, and I think I may have flipped through them at another time, but these are the projects that will be for the second bundle. So you would get both sets of these projects. This one, remember seeing that one, the double Z fold card. How cool is that, right? If you are on my team and you purchase the stuff for Friday night, I will just give you a little hint. You already got this card in your kit, okay? This Z fold. And some of these projects you got. This one you got in your kit. check this one out. This goes under the strawberry. It opens like this, and it opens like this. Okay? Fun fold. And here's another card. This has the dotted ribbon. A lot of the paper I was able to use because you'll have that whole pack of paper. And then this little basket, which actually, let me just pop this on here quick. So it looks like this. Okay. Now, if you signed up for my team thing Friday night, this is the actual project that you got in your kit. So it's this cute little box. It opens like this. And I'm designing this for another purpose, so which I can't tell you about right now. But I'll give you a hint. I have a scrap retreat coming up, or I should call it a craft retreat, because it's whatever you want to make. So hopefully you're signed up for that, and you might see something in this style coming up soon. I'm trying to put this ribbon back on here without opening it, but anyways. So really cute. I needed to make something a little smaller than this basket because it was too big to send in a regular envelope, regular mailing envelope. And so I designed this little box because it fit better. But anyways, so hope you like that. So that's for the extra. If you purchase the extra amount of $50 of product, anything you want, then you can do option 2 and get those other 2 free items, the Berry Blessings stamp set and the designer paper, which I didn't bring the designer paper in just because you see all of it here in everything that I used. Okay. All right, guys. Don't forget to share this. Don't forget to comment. I know most of you that are on probably have commented, but if you're lurking here and you're just watching, please comment. Let me know you're here. I know that, Talara, you told me you want to learn how to make little boxes, so I will try to show you that really soon. I have lots of cute things. I think I did a little box like this. If you go back to sneak peeks before Christmas, or was it right after Christmas? I can't remember now, but one of my sneak peeks, they're numbered 1 to 7 or something like that. I have a little video. Oh, no, it's called Snow Day. I did a whole ton of projects, and I did a little box like this. It's a little bigger than this, but same style, and I show you exactly how to figure out what size you want to make your box. So that's a good, in fact, I'll try to link that to this video just so that you guys can find it. How's that sound? All right, thank you guys so much for joining me. I appreciate having you here. It's been great chatting with you. I know I didn't get to see all the comments, so I will definitely go back and read them. You'll see me commenting for sure. I just love these chats with you guys, and I appreciate all of your comments and making me feel special just for being here with you. So it's always something I look forward to, and I will see you. I do want to tell you, I will be posting the video with the projects for the month. Like I said, I have them pretty much done. I just have to compile them, and I will be posting that on my YouTube channel for Thursday, so you can check that out there. I will actually probably post it here as well. So, okay. All right, guys. Thank you again. Take care. Good night.